Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to a report by Thai Sounds, a diplomatic dispute has erupted between the United States and the United Kingdom over a high-profile murder case in Southampton. Henry Nowak, an 18-year-old Polish-British student, was stabbed to death last December by Vikram Digwa, a 23-year-old Sikh man. The tragedy sparked public outrage, particularly after footage revealed that police mistakenly handcuffed the dying Nowak due to Digwa's false racism allegations. US Vice President J.D. Vance in the State Department, led by Marco Rubio, strongly criticized the incident on social media, linking it to a mass migration invasion and civilizational decline. In response, the UK Prime Minister's office and Foreign Secretary David Lammy swiftly rejected the criticisms. British officials accused the US representatives of attempting to interfere in their democracy and incite division, while emphasizing the Nowak family's plea not to exploit the tragedy for political gain or hate-mongering. Meanwhile, UK authorities are investigating the conduct of the responding officers, and local leaders have called for unity rather than division. According to a report by Lienhe Zhaobao, the Ministry of Health of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC, announced that the country's cumulative confirmed Ebola cases have risen to 452, with 82 deaths as of June 4. Newly reported cases in Ituri and North Kivu provinces indicate that the epidemic is continuing to spread within local communities. Currently, 258 patients are isolated or hospitalized, while only 8 individuals have recovered. The response efforts face multiple critical challenges, including public non-cooperation with sample collection from deceased relatives, limited capacity at Ebola treatment centers, low contact tracing rates, and severe shortages of essential medicine, protective equipment, and funding. In response, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Africa CDC, have jointly launched a $518 million, approximately 669 million tensidris strategic response plan to curb the Bundibugyo Ebola virus outbreak in both the DRC and neighboring Uganda. Meanwhile, Uganda's Ministry of Health reported 3 new confirmed cases, bringing its cumulative total to 19 confirmed cases and 2 deaths. According to a report by the Epoch Times, shipping data reveals that despite rising tensions in the Persian Gulf, dozens of merchant ships have successfully navigated the Strait of Hormuz over the past 3 weeks under the low-profile coordination of the U.S. Navy. Departing from high-profile public escort plans, the U.S. military has adopted a discreet support strategy. Ship operators submit transit plans to a Navy guidance group in Bahrain. To avoid potential Iranian threats, such as mines, some merchant vessels are turning off their automatic identification system, AIS, transponders in sailing close to the coast of Oman. Navy experts note that the U.S. military utilizes AEGIS-equipped warships and early warning aircraft to establish remote but direct monitoring. This tactical shift was highlighted recently when U.S. forces shot down an Iranian attack drone targeting merchant shipping and conducted a self-defense strike against a ground control station on Keshem Island. While tensions remain high and overall traffic is below pre-war levels, these coordinated efforts aim to keep this vital global economic corridor open. According to Antara, the Indonesian government expects the final tariff rate on its exports to the United States to settle at 18%. This projection is subject to upcoming bilateral discussions with Washington and the finalization of the U.S. Trade Representatives, OS, Section 301 investigation. Susi Wijono Moagierso, Secretary of the Coordinating Ministry for Economic Affairs, explained that Indonesia is currently under a temporary 10% tariff until July 24. Following this period, the nation will face a 10% tariff linked to the USTR's forced labor investigation, alongside an additional tariff related to structural excess capacity. After combining these tariff measures and accounting for exemptions on certain commodities, the final rate is expected to be 18%. Susi Wijono highlighted that the Section 301 probe is part of bilateral cooperation, which will also support Indonesia's accession process to the OECD. Indonesia is among several economies, including Canada and the European Union, facing proposed tariff hikes due to USTR findings on forced labor enforcement issues. According to NBC News, Elon Musk aerospace company, SpaceX, has filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission, revealing plans to make its highly anticipated stock market debut next week. The initial public offering, or IPO, is valued at a staggering $1.77 trillion, which would make it the largest in history. SpaceX intends to offer more than 555 million shares at a fixed price of $135 each, aiming to raise $75 billion in fresh capital. Unusually, the company is bypassing the traditional initial price range model, opting instead for this single fixed price. Individual retail investors will have the opportunity to purchase shares through several popular trading platforms, including Schwab, Fidelity, Robinhood, SoFi, and E-Trade. Following the IPO, Musk, who serves as CEO, CTO, and chairman, will retain approximately 82.4% of the voting power. If the $135 debut price holds, Musk is positioned to become the world's first trillionaire. This successful listing will also mark his second trillion-dollar public enterprise, alongside Tesla. SpaceX plans to utilize the newly raised funds to invest across its various operations, which now include the recently acquired artificial intelligence venture, xAI. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.